Hi, welcome to the Webb Report. My name is Stuart Webb. This is a continuation of the one atheist versus 25 Christians. Wanted to start off with this clip.
Of course, we don't know, but that's why I use the phraseology of unlikely. I think that if you were to tell somebody who was sort of in some Rawlsian state of nature, hadn't seen the world, and you said that the world has been created by an omnibenevolent, all-powerful God, what kind of world would that person be imagining? And if you dropped them into the world, if you were given the opportunity to become a wild animal, like in 2 seconds, I was just going to turn you into a random wild animal somewhere on planet Earth.
I like being a guy.
I think you'd probably kill yourself before I had the opportunity, because you know that the life of these animals is almost defined in terms of their suffering.
Okay, so first of all, men and women, children of God, were not meant to be wild animals, right? So the measure of our creation is not meant for the body of an animal. So, and just real quick, animals, if they were so unhappy with the measure of their creation, the purpose of their life, you would see animal suicides everywhere, right? Animals would just be killing themselves, because that's kind of the argument he's making, is that it's so bad, it's such a terrible life for an animal. Well, animals, they don't really have rational will. The measure of their creation is actually for our benefit, for the children of God. So the purpose of their life is a lot different than our purpose. So let's go up to Genesis chapter 1, and let's just read verse 20. And God said, let the waters bring forth, let's go to verse 21. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And then he goes on, the Lord goes on to talk about all the other creatures that he created. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And so God made this stuff for man, okay? That's the whole purpose. That's the measure of their creation. And so when Alex O'Connor's trying to say that this is evidence because animals suffer, experience some kind of suffering, and apparently he thinks that the whole purpose of their life is suffering, that proves that it's unlikely that there's not a God. But the animals, their whole purpose is to be on this earth to basically help mankind, okay, us, to help us, okay? That's their purpose, for us to use them as food, for them to give variety to the planet, to give beauty to the planet. It's pretty obvious. That's why they're here. And to say that we would hate life if we were an animal, well, that's because we're not supposed to be animals. Our spirits are not supposed to be animals. We're not supposed to go into animals' bodies and experience what animals experience. That's not the measure of our creation and our purpose. We have a higher purpose. We have rational will. We have agency. We're divine children of God. So we have a different purpose. So animals are there for us, okay? That's the measure of their creation. And that's why you don't see animal suicides everywhere. Because maybe they like their life. Their purpose is fulfilled. They've fulfilled the measure of their creation. And we're going to go back to 2 Nephi and again reiterate the whole purpose of why we're here in the first place, right? Because the premise of a lot of people that are promoting atheism, their argument is that because there is suffering, because bad things happen, it's unlikely that there's a God, or there can't be a God. But I'll just read the scripture. Wherefore it must needs have been created for a thing of naught. Wherefore there would have been no purpose in the end of its creation. Wherefore this thing must needs destroy the wisdom of God and his eternal purposes, and also the power and the mercy and the justice of God. And if ye shall say there is no law, Ye shall also say there is no sin. If ye shall say there is no sin, ye shall also say there is no righteousness. And if there be no righteousness, there be no happiness. And if there be no righteousness nor happiness, there be no punishment nor misery. And if these things are not, there is no God. And if there is no God, we are not, neither the earth, for there could have been no creation of things, neither to act nor to be acted upon. Wherefore all things must have vanished away. So basically, just these scriptures are so wise because it basically lays out kind of honestly just a logical argument. Even though we all know it in our hearts, it's self-evident, it's obvious why we're here. But it just says basically, we can't have happiness, we can't have joy if we don't experience some sort of suffering. We cannot know joy. That's obvious. So, and the whole purpose is for men to have joy, men and women, children of God, to experience joy. If you were never brought to this earth, or if you were never created, you would never experience joy. The whole purpose is that we want to experience joy, lasting, eternal joy. But that requires us to know what the opposite of joy is, which is suffering, essentially, and all that comes along with that. So I'm going to keep going through these clips because I think it's important. And again, Alex O'Connor, very intelligent guy. He's intelligent. The Lord gave him faculties of reason and intelligence, and he is determined to talk himself out of his own purpose, his own existence. And it's not compelling. It's really not compelling. And ultimately, I don't think people can truly be atheists for very long without having severe depression because if you have if there is no God, there's no right and wrong, there's no judgment, there is no purpose, your life does not matter. And that's not true. Your life does matter. So, and that's it for this one. I'll continue on this. Hopefully I can get through at least a good portion of it.